So today we're going to be making files and trying to edit them with Python. So first, let's make our first file with with. With is very useful. You can use it to open stuff and then access that opened thing in a boxed environment. So let's make a new file and let's call it text.txt. And in order to write a new file, we need to do W for write. And we're going to reference it as text. Now we can say text.write, and we could write whatever we wanted, hello world. Now if I press F5 to run this, we can see we've got text and it says hello world inside of it. Perfect. Now let's try reading it. So W only allows us to write it, but if we press R, that lets us read it. But then we can't write. So let's press R+, and now we can actually read it and write it. So let's say text.read, and let's print this off just so we can know what we're actually reading here. And we're going to want to say text.seek is 0. This basically just puts it at 0 so that we know we're seeing the new stuff that we just wrote rather than what's already been here before. So press F5. And as you can see, it says hello world at the end. Now what we could do is we could actually try adding by just saying this text.read plus hello world. If we put it on the seek at 0 here and press F5, now we're going to have 2 or 3 hello worlds, all in a neat little row. Not super useful, but you know, that does something. But what if we want to actually list off all the files in our directory and then edit them? Let's use os.listdir. For this, you're going to have to import os. os.listdir, and we say period, and that just means that we're going into the folder that our file is in, which is, in my case, trying to learn. You can make this in any folder you want. And I'm also going to name this as a list. So it's going to be a list of files. And I'm going to have another list. This is going to be a list of text files. And we're going to take a different approach where we make a list here. And we say I for I in list files. And what this does is it basically loops through all of the files and it references them as I. Now, if we want to edit anything to do with those list files, we absolutely can. We just say if I, and then something to do with I, right? And we actually have this really cool thing in Python called .endswith, and we can say .txt. And it's just going to check if the string ends with those letters. Awesome. So now if we print off this, we say print list files and print list texts, and we press F5 here. We have a list called text.txt, and we have another list where it's including main.py, which is perfect because if we have all the files, we're going to have main.py, but if we only have the txt files, they'll just be text. Let's now make a new list and call these new files. And we're going to just make a list here, and one will be text.txt. Let's make another one called text2.txt, and so on. Now, for each one of these new files, we're going to want to open it up. So instead of opening text.txt, we'll just open up file.txt. And we will do exactly what we've been doing before. Let's just get rid of this read here. And we just make it say hello world. And let's put the seek at the back here. And let's press F5. And now it's saying that there's no such file or directory as text2.txt. And that's because we're actually doing read plus. And if we're reading, then we kind of need to actually have the file first. So first, I'm going to say with open file. And we're just going to use W. And then we'll just pass. So this is basically just making sure that it actually does exist first, and then we'll open it as a reading. And now if we press F5, as you can see on the side here, we've got all of these different text files, and it all says hello world. We've got 4 text files, so says hello world 4 times. So this is basically how you're able to slowly read through, edit, and create text files in Python. Thanks for watching.